Hi guys, welcome to Halloween Week at Talk to Rachel. Nessa semana vamos ter vários vídeos com o tema de Halloween, incluindo algumas sobre Harry Potter.
Yes, about me.
Let's go! Hi guys, welcome back to Talk to Rachel. As Harry said, today's lesson is going to be about Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a very famous British series of books written by the author J.K. Rowling, which were turned into blockbuster films. As Halloween is celebrated this week, I have planned some special videos to commemorate this cultural celebration. In today's lesson, we are going to be looking at the accents that exist within the Harry Potter films. Growing up, I remember queuing outside of my local bookshop at midnight in order to buy the newest Harry Potter books in the series, and then reading more than 700 pages in just one day. I have always loved Harry Potter. For those of you who are not a big fan, you will still probably know that the books are about a young wizard who has to fight a dark force called Voldemort. We see Harry Potter grow up over a series of books and face various difficulties and challenges together with his friends and teachers. Speaking of Harry's teachers, I am dressed today as Professor McGonagall. Professor McGonagall is one of Harry Potter's favourite teachers. For those of you who don't know, I have my own English school here in the state of São Paulo, and every year my school has a very big Halloween party. One year the theme was Harry Potter, and this was my fancy dress costume. Fancy dress is what we use to call the costume that we wear to costume parties in British English. I have dressed up in fancy dress for the Mexican Day of the Dead themed party and as a witch. I have dressed up as Poison Ivy and even the Black Widow. If you enjoyed today's video, leave your comment below. Perhaps we can have other movie filmed videos with me starring in them. So as I said previously, there are many different accents within the Harry Potter films. Harry Potter and Hermione Granger, his friend, have accents based on what we call the received pronunciation accent in British English. Hermione has perhaps a more conservative received pronunciation accent, while Harry's accent is a little bit more focused on the modern received pronunciation accent. For those of you who are not aware of what received pronunciation is, it is an accent within British English that is generally found in the south of England, and I speak with what is generally thought of as a modern received pronunciation accent. As I have frequently mentioned in my videos here, there is no one British accent, as there is no one Brazilian accent, and received pronunciation is just one of the accents in the Harry Potter films. Ron Weasley, another character, speaks with what we call a Cockney accent mixed with modern received pronunciation. This mix of accents is commonly found in London. So now we are going to watch a scene where we have Hermione, Harry and Ron, so you can compare their accents. Let's take a look.
Bertie, what's every flavour beans?
They mean every flavour. There's chocolate and peppermint, and there's also spinach, liver and tripe. George sweared he got a bogey flavoured one once. These aren't real frogs, are they? It's just a spell. Besides, it's the cards you want. Each pack's got a famous witch or wizard. I've got about 500 myself. Watch it! Oh, that's rotten luck. I've only got one good jump in them to begin with. I've got Dumbledore. I got about 6 of him.
Hey, he's gone.
Well, you can't expect him to hang around all day, can you?
Did you notice how Ron doesn't pronounce all of his letter H's whilst Harry does? For example, Harry says, "Hey, he's gone. Hey, he's gone," with the pronounced H sound, whilst Ron says, "You can't expect him to hang around all day, can you?" Ron pronounces the word hang without the letter H. To hang around is a phrasal verb which means to be in a place for a while. Not pronouncing the letter H is common with Ron's accent, as is not pronouncing the letter T at the end of words. You might have noticed he also didn't pronounce the word 100 with the letter H too. 100, 500. Let's compare Ron's accent now to the character of Hermione. As I have previously mentioned, Hermione speaks with a more conservative received pronunciation accent.
Has anyone seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one.
No.
Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see them.
Sunshine, daisies, buttermellow. Turn this stupid fat rat yellow.
Are you sure that's a real spell? Well, it's not very good, is it? Of course, I've only tried a few simple ones myself, but they've all worked for me. For example, Oculus Reparo. That's better, isn't it? Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter! I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
Ron Weasley.
Pleasure. You two better change into your robes. I expect we'll be arriving soon. You've got dirt on your nose, by the way. Did you know? Just there.
Which means that she pronounces each syllable very clearly without missing any of the sounds. For example, she says, "That's better, isn't it? That's better, isn't it?" We can clearly hear the letter T in each of these words. She also uses an expression, holy cricket, which is an expression that is rarely used nowadays, but means oh my goodness in a very polite way. Notice how she also pronounces Harry's name as Harry Potter, Harry Potter. Right, so we've seen that Harry and Hermione have received pronunciation accents, and Ron has a bit of a mixed London accent. Now let's look at a very completely different accent. The character of Hagrid has a West Country accent from the west of England. My mother actually lives in the southwest in the West Country now, so I have heard this accent quite frequently around where she lives. Hagrid has a very strong West Country accent. And not everybody speaks with such a strong West Country accent in this region nowadays. So let's see a clip of Hagrid so we can understand more about this accent.
Well, of course you are. Got something for you. Afraid I might have sat on it at some point, but I imagine it'll taste fine just the same.
The West Country dialect is without doubt one of the most interesting accents in Britain. Its origins can be traced back to various West Saxon dialects, which eventually developed into Old English in the Middle Ages. You might also be surprised to know that William Shakespeare would have probably had an accent similar to Hagrid's, to the West Country accent, rather than the received pronunciation accent, remember the accent that I use, and that we normally associate with royalty or the famous. The West Country accent is focused around the letter R, the rhotic R. The rhotic R is present in the West Country accent, something that isn't present in the received pronunciation accent. For example, look at the pronunciation of these words. Farm, 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 farm. Lover, 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 lover. In received pronunciation, we do not pronounce the letter R in these words, but in the West Country accent, we do, the rhotic R. Another noticeably difference between the RP, the received pronunciation English, and the West Country accent is the ing ending. So let's look at an example here. Singing, singin'. Here, the received pronunciation accent pronounces the ng with our tongue raised at the back of our mouths, ing, whilst the West Country accent just pronounces it as in, not ing. Singin', singin', with the tongue moving at the front of our mouths, singin', singin'. Another interesting difference is in the plosive sounded T at the end of the words. Like Ron's accent, Hagrid often doesn't pronounce the letter T at the ends of the words. And also, the T in the middle of words normally becomes what we call a glottal T. Look at an example. Water, received pronunciation. Water, water. Better, better, better. Let's look at the accent of the character that I am dressed as today, Professor McGonagall. Professor McGonagall has a very soft Scottish accent. The character of Oliver Wood also has a Scottish accent, but his is slightly stronger than hers. Let's see these two characters using their Scottish accents in practice.
Very well. Well, you all know, of course, that Hogwarts was founded over 1,000 years ago by the 4 greatest witches and wizards of the age. Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin.
What was that?
Bludger. Nasty little buggers.
Characteristics of the Scottish accent is similar to the West Country accent. They have the rhotic R, they pronounce the letter R. The Scottish accent always pronounces the letter R. We can see this in the words bugger, bugger, which is also a slang word for a difficult person. Be careful with this word, as south of the border in England, this can be considered a swear word. If you would like to know more about any of the accents in today's video, let me know by commenting below. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I have enjoyed making it, my son too. Remember to leave your like, and if you are watching this video on YouTube, remember to subscribe to my channel. This way you will never miss another video. These videos are a part of a series of videos this week during Halloween, so I'll see you in the next very special video. Remember, anything you might need, you can always talk to Rachel. Take care, guys. See you soon.